Welcome back to Beyond Doobie while we do watch Doobie shit. And right now, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably like the most elaborate thing, at least based on title, that I may be watching today. Somehow, somebody has rigged up a scam of coupons. Like, I'm confused by that. But it's $66,000 worth of coupons. I'm not sure how that transfers into like cash, but this interesting, okay? This might not be stupid. This just might be really, really interesting, bro. Like, how we scamming coupons? Like, make that make sense. And where do I get these like illegitimate coupons from? Not asking for myself, but I just want to know so I could.
A coupon scam so slick it'll leave you questioning every deal you've ever seen. Picture this: a BJ's employee and a club member teamed up to turn thousands of dollars in merchandise into a series of $40 checkouts. How, you ask? With a stack of coupons and some serious insider moves, this duo pulled off the ultimate shopping hack, swiping over $66,000. Let's dive into this wild scheme. Here's what happened next.
Damn. They just got too greedy, bro. This sounds like this was working. They just got really, really greedy.
553, KAC 553. Now this is the gray pickup truck. Quantified times 2.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Copy on what you guys.
So, I have a question for you. So, we tried to get a detective here today, but they sent an officer. So we have a $66,000.
It has to go through an officer. I have to take the initial report, and if a sergeant looks at the case
God damn, can you get a new chair?
and feels it needs to go to a detective, then it'll be assigned.
So I have a question for you. We have all the data, but we're going to interview the team member tomorrow because we need her to admit collusion because she's working with a specific member that we want to file charges for, but we need to talk to the team member first.
Now,
So
32
she's in tomorrow, but I want to coordinate it where.
Yeah, the only thing, I've had a case like this where they tried to coordinate it with me specifically, and we got so busy that day that we had like a shooting over here that there was no way I could be there, and they interviewed that person without me. So I don't know how you guys, it's just hard to say yes, I can be here at a certain time, or no, I can't. That's the only thing I have with, the only issue I have with that.
But here's my question.
The person's not here now?
No. Well, that's why we wanted you to come. Like, we have everything. Although the $66,000 is an accumulation since November, we only have archived video starting March 3rd. But my question, it's a complete felony already. Like, that surpassed that. Even what we have on video versus the total case value. The total case value is like $67,000. But we can prove like probably half of that because we only have archived till March.
Yeah, I mean, I have to obviously look.
So they have archive from March, which means they have like where they have focused video of these individuals are, starting in March. No exact date, but let's just say that it's starting March 1st. And this video body cam is May. So that means in 2 months, they were able to take in $30,000 worth of merchandise for the low ski. Yeah, this is one of those situations. It's like, look, if you could get this shit manipulated, right, and you can just get half the value and put that money in your pocket and do something good with it, like, that's like, do that and move on. Stop. Like, you can't keep going back to the scene of the crime expecting to be able to produce a return. It's the equivalent of a bank robber going back after getting away with the robbery from the bank and going back to the same bank to rob it again. Like, it's the same thing. Nobody's going to do that.
Look at the video, and if you know, everything adds up and it goes to the state attorney and they feel like this is a solid enough case, then, they would, you know, go through.
You guys would arrest if she admits already tomorrow anyway.
Well, the thing is, like, I have to be able to read her Miranda rights. Like, I just can't.
No, I get that.
Like, all
but
that
I'm
stuff,
just saying, we have all the paperwork. Like, this is a significant.
I might not. I'm gonna tell you, I might not arrest. It might not even be me, but I might not arrest that person right away, and I might file charges with the state attorney.
Really, for that much?
4770 North Congress.
But like I said, I have to take the initial report, and if we can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that it was this person, a detective probably has to take a deeper dive into it, because I can only do so much.
So
They just want them arrested.
Because I am looking for an arrest
Like,
tomorrow.
they don't like this
That's
person.
not really. That's not up to you.
No, but
I mean, yeah, you know,
Why does it matter? You're going to fire the individual. You have the paperwork to press charges if the case actually does get picked up. Why are you so bent out of shape on getting making sure this person leaves in handcuffs? They didn't steal from you individually. Shit, I mean, to be honest with you, they really didn't steal. They just defrauded the company with you know, some swift techniques. I mean, like, they really didn't. I mean, if you really want to look at it, they really didn't steal. Like, if they're paying for everything and they're just defrauding the system, technically that's not that much of a crime. That's technically not even like that, like a crime. Like, yeah, I mean, you could say they defrauded you and you could probably pursue them civilly more than anything. But if they bought everything and didn't like actually just like smash and grab type of thing, or just take it and remove it out the store without paying for it, technically they didn't steal. So I am curious to see what kind of charge this is, if it is a charge, but I don't think theft would be the charge. She wants it to be theft, but if they're paying for stuff, it's technically not theft.
DJs is the victim, and you guys want to press charges, and I have to look at the video. I have to look at, you know, all the evidence and write the initial report, and the sergeant has to look at it, and then we go from there.
okay. Would you recommend look at the information now or call you guys tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Because I have to talk.
Just the only thing is, like, you see how long it took me to get. It kind of took me a while to get here today. Number one, Raising Cane's is insane over there. So it took me 20 minutes just to get in here. The only thing about waiting tomorrow is if she's here and we can't get here.
Wow.
That's the only thing I worry about, because it happened to me with Walmart. He was there and they didn't read him his Miranda rights, you know, and he wrote some sort of like weird letter that was very vague. So I don't know what, you know, it went to the state attorney. I just don't know what's going to happen with it because I wasn't there.
So you have to be a part of the interview?
I mean, I have to be able to read her Miranda rights, yeah, and hear and have her confess it to me on body camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. She's here at 9. I'm anticipating you guys at 3 in the morning.
I don't know. I can't make a promise. I can do the initial report, and then, you know, we can try to be here tomorrow for the interview, or it's up to you. It's whatever you guys want to do or feel comfortable with.
I mean, well, I'll have everything lined up for you.
Yeah, I would need copies. I need copies of this.
Listen, we have all of it. We have all the receipts.
Yeah.
We have all the videos. We have what we have, and I can break it down for you when it started. What?
Listen to how she says she has all of the receipts. Again, meaning the items were paid for. I really want to know what kind of charge this is, because to be honest with you, it's gotta be fraud. It can't be theft. Like, it's not theft. It's fraud, and I just don't know exactly how good of a case this is. Like, they pay for everything. Like, they paid for all the items. They just took advantage of the discount system and the whatever system they were using. They took full advantage of it to lower the price. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely something fraudulent. but I don't know what kind of case. Like, I don't know if this is a good case or not. But I guess we'll find out at the end. But so far, it's a weird case.
All the receipts have similar readings, right? So
turn your phone
there
off.
is a specific number that's been coming here and going to a specific cashier. He goes particularly to self-checkout, and she's discounting all his purchases. So keep in mind, this is a $1,200 sale. And the member is paying that amount. So all these coupons, you see these overrides, they're overridden by that specific cashier, and he only goes to her. We've looked at his membership, we looked at his sales. All of these are manually entered. So she's discounting that.
So she doesn't need a manager to take that kind of amount of money?
She doesn't, because she's a self-checkout attendant, and those cards, to override them at self-checkout, she has access to.
I guess BJ should look at that policy. Yeah. Okay. So how do you know it's that specific cashier at that specific moment?
We pulled all the videos for all these transactions.
Okay. So you wanna watch here?
Yep.
And then who's the member? Do you have their information?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, this will probably honestly
L video editor.
Yep.
watch here. And then who's the member? Do you have their information?
L video editor. We see you. We see you. Okay?
Yes.
We are with our Prada glasses on.
Honestly, would probably have to go to a detective. So, it's just the amount of money.
But even if you're there, or somebody, an officer is there, and she admits to it, then
I still don't think it's like an arrestable offense. I'm just being honest with you. Like, based on just the sheer point that the employee was not taking anything, then it's definitely something you fire the employee for. 100%. But the fact that the employee was not like taking anything from the store themselves, and instead using the system to lower the price of merchandise for a customer, there's really not much there. Like, you have to prove the conspiracy part to get the fraud case. Like, you have to you have to prove that. You have to prove the conspiracy part to get the fraud. If you can't prove that, then you just have an employee that just doesn't care and lowers the price. I don't know why you just didn't fire this person to begin with from when you caught them on tape. This is the stupid part, right? This is the stupid part. You want this person to go to jail versus you get them like in the act. You say, well, you did this. You write them up, right? If they do it again, because I don't know if you could just fire on the spot for that. Like, I'm pretty sure you should be able to, but you did, like, there might be some weird company policies or anything like that, especially with all like the wokeness, you might have some backlash if you just fire an employee without, having concrete proof that it was a repeatable thing, whatever. But how stupid of a manager can you be? It's like, look, I caught you, like, this is what this receipt looks like for the same customer. I have two times that you've done it. So I'm going to write you up. If this happens again, we're going to have to let you go. The person would have probably stopped, did whatever they can to keep their job, but just understand that they're now on the radar. And now for you, all you have to do is get them in the act of doing something else, and you just let them go. Instead, you want this person to be arrested. You're so hurt over the situation, being that, like, it's your store, I guess, because, you're in that back office, so you have to be a manager. But you're so hurt over the situation when BJ doesn't give a fuck. They're not going to upgrade you to corporate status over this shit. Like, no, like, literally, none of that is going to happen. Like, you're over here thinking that you're compiling a case where it's an arrestable offense, and unless you can prove the, conspiracy factor, it's not even like a legit fraud. Like, it's not even legit fraud. It's literally just an employee, gaming the system. Like, you could say it's borderline, stealing because of the price lowering, but at the end of the day, paying for merchandise, no matter what the price is like, it is what it is. Because when we buy stuff on sale, especially when they have like sales where it's buy one get one free, right? It's buy one get one free. Are we stealing by getting one free? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the store decided to run that promotion, right? So if the store has these features that are within the realm in the capacity of an employee, then yeah, they're just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. That's a fireable offense, not necessarily something that they would get arrested for. But that's my opinion, my full opinion on the situation. So I don't know what's gonna happen, apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to pause it, but that's my take on it. What do you guys think? Okay, because we just gonna focus on finding out now.
At that point, can you still make an arrest if you do the Miranda?
As long as everything, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So again,
no, it's not arrestable.
I can't promise you someone can be here when you want us to be here.
No, I get that.
Can you arrest them?
Which is yesterday.
4 0.
Who am I looking at?
So that's the cashier.
Which lady?
This one.
And that's the member, the guy in the blue?
Correct.
I'm giving turkeys in the hood. Just leave it there. You're playing. I'm giving turkeys in the hood.
Why is it pixelating all of a sudden? Maybe I need to play it on my
Call holding for membership. 4 0.
You wouldn't ignore me if you could. You wouldn't ignore me if you would.
Yeah, I don't know why your stuff's pixelating. So that's her. This is the member.
So that's the one and only member that she does
Oh,
this
yeah.
for?
Correct.
And you guys have looked through all the transactions?
Yes. There's a pattern. It's him and her. Since November. And she does the exact same thing. Because all the receipts show the same thing.
And at the end of the night, does someone have to tally up the coupons? Or?
Since November. This is over 6 months, and they said that they've been archiving the video since March. But they've quote unquote went back to say they've noticed that, based on the receipts that it's November. Like, I don't know why they just didn't confront her to write her up. Like, I'm gonna build a case on you and get you arrested.
So we no longer actually tally up the coupons. They just go automatically into a bag. It doesn't get.
So it doesn't have to match against.
Tank goes back to white. Mercedes convertible out of Palm Beach.
We don't do a physical validation.
And does she have a sign-in number to a register?
Correct, and that's her number.
The 540 number.
So in certain cases, like for this example, she's on a register.
Right.
But in some cases, majority of the time, it's at self-checkout, which has a different...
What day is this that we're looking at?
Yesterday. This is just the most recent one.
And then where's yesterday's paper?
Right here.
So does she actually have a paper coupon? Like, does he hand her paper coupons? Or how
you'll see. So what he does, he hands her coupons on the corner there. She doesn't even look at them. And she just keys in. And you'll see her keying in, which you'll see. When you see her keying in, this is what you're seeing. Is all this amount.
She just can put any amount in?
Pretty much. And
That's crazy that
and she's overriding it herself. Because you see this manager override?
She's a manager?
No.
Does every employee have access to do that? A manager override?
No.
Any cashier, but their ID is tied to themselves only.
Call holding for membership.
So every single time, whether it's self-checkout or at a register, that's exactly what you see. It's the exact same video that you see. It's just in different spots. She's just keying it in. So like right now, right? You see how he's handing her coupons? Look at her typing it in, right? When you see her typing in and scan, the scan is the override. So she's just keying in coupons for the guy.
What is she scanning though? Oh, like
her card
Okay.
to do the override. So you see how she just continuously key, scan. Each time she's keying and scanning, she's overriding and manually entering in a coupon. He puts a pile of coupons there, but she doesn't even look at them.
How come this wasn't caught any sooner?
So we've determined an issue with our exception-based reporting. It's a technical thing where it's what tender type she used. Instead of it being vendor coupon, she used a type B, and it's like it's like just a slight adjustment on the exception-based reporting that it didn't catch it.
So like some sort of glitch?
It wasn't a glitch, it's how we created the report where we just needed to make one minor adjustment to put it as a coupon as a tender. We just put coupon usage, but we didn't put it as a tender, and how she processed it is as a tender, so that's
So
why.
how was this caught then?
So what finance does, because we send all this data that goes through the POS, gets validated by finance at the corporate office. So type B coupons are coupons that are from BJ's Wholesale Club. So
those little books?
No, it's a special type. It's not the ones in the books. So what those are is so finance reconciles these because these come from BJ's. It's a separate type of coupon. They're not in the book. When they're like, wait a minute, how can Boynton Beach have like 1,000 of these $1,000 in a week, more than 1,000 worth of these type of coupons, and we send them the coupons, so they reconcile it. So when they looked at that, they saw a pattern every single week. This is the only club that has a significant amount of type B coupons.
And she's not removing any money out of the register?
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Then what was that thing you were using it for?
A gift card.
A gift card.
545 Rock Congress.
Yep. But it's him every time, and her.
Do you guys have another chair? I'm ready to sit down. I need to write your information.
Officers learned the employee wasn't due back until the next day, so they set a plan, ready to catch her in the act. The plan was simple: wait and watch.
Is that the employee? God, well, goddamn. Oh, hold on. Let me be nice, bro. But she big.
Is there a room that we can
Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge bitch.
This is the coupon from the pouch from today.
Lindsay used to.
Yeah.
You guys need this? I'll just get more in.
That's a huge bitch. I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in. I'm so sorry.
No, I didn't, because we were talking on.
Detective Langer, Point Beach Police Department, Howard, and my partner, Detective Sleepy Rivera. So, before we get started, I'm just going to read you your Miranda, okay? I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent, not to answer any questions. Any statements you make must be freely and voluntarily given. You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before making any statements and during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, you are entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement and during any question. If at any time during this interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you are privileged to remain silent. You can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. This must be of your own free will. Any statement can and will be used against you in a court of law. Understand those? Do you have any questions over any of them?
I'm giving turkeys in the hood.
Read those two.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
And you're employed here at BJ's, correct?
Yes.
And about how long have you been working here?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. And what is your position?
Come on, man. I'd still, for the life of me, it's like if you're going to work somewhere for so long, why are you putting yourself in a situation? Don't get me wrong, though. I don't know how much they were selling that merchandise for. But if they was really getting that merchandise for dirt cheap and then turning around and flipping it and making what? Because they said they started doing this shit, around November, right? November. So about a good 6 months, 66,000. You know, you putting an extra 5,000 minimum in your pocket. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's not necessarily the worst setup, but again, it's not worth being unemployable and potentially going to jail. But at the best case scenario, she's unemployable because now why did you get fired? Well, I was, giving discounts to my friend and, basically letting them pay very little for a whole lot.
Primarily done here at BJ's?
I do cashiering and then I also do self-checkout.
Okay. And what does that entail?
Self-checkout is just like when they want to do their call.
Okay. And what are your responsibilities with that?
Just help customers and ensure.
We headed over to Tiny Cakes.
Okay. All right. Do you know why we're here today?
Yes.
Okay. Can, in your own words, explain to me why we're here.
I'm basically going to be charged for fraud or assisting with fraud.
Okay. Why do you feel that? Why?
I told you it was gonna be fraud.
Because I helped someone basically steal from BJ's a couple thousand.
That
Okay.
poor choice of words. Poor choice of words. All she had to say was that I was helping by giving out discounts at a high rate. I was giving credit for coupons, right, at a high rate. I was overriding coupons at a high rate. Something along those lines. Not help basically steal. Terrible choice of words.
Can you explain to me in greater detail how this is?
Oh, sorry.
Like, how long has this been going on? Like, when did this start?
I would say it started last year around November-ish. The guy approached me and asked me if I could input his coupons, and I said okay. I didn't think it would be a reoccurring thing, but it ended up being a reoccurring thing. And personally, I didn't know how to approach my managers and ask for help to ensure this customer would stay away. But
Okay, so you said back in November.
yeah, I mean around that time. I'm not 100% sure what day.
Okay, of 2022.
Yes.
And where were you at? The person, what's his name?
I don't even know his name.
You don't know his name?
No.
What does he look like?
White male. Say around maybe his 50s, late 40s.
Okay.
There's no way in hell she was doing this shit for free. Don't get me wrong. She built like a double door refrigerator. And maybe all he had to do was sweet talk her every time that she comes. And it was like the highlight of her day whenever he came in and asked for those coupons or, coming in there to defraud. But there's no way she was doing this shit and not getting any kickback. Like, was he at least eating the box? Like, was there something in exchange for you? Other than him coming in and complimenting you and telling you how much he loves you being built like a Dutch oven.
His grayish hair, a little bit of a beard. So much
Florida JG39, India Echo, Y39, IIE, Blue Boston.
And so where were you at in the store when you first
I was
approached
on
him?
something.
Okay. And how does this happen? How does he come up to you? What takes
Well,
place?
at first he was like this, my coupons are not going through, like I need help. And I was like, okay, so I just did them because that's what I'm used to. Like if someone has a problem with the coupon, I make sure the coupon, they have the actual physical item, and then I input the coupon.
Okay. And so what happened with this instance? The first one back in November.
I just inputted his coupons and made sure he had the correct items, and he just told me the prices of how many coupons he had.
Okay. So he told you the prices?
Yes.
So what type of coupons were you, like, were they paper coupons you were scanning in, or how did you do it?
Well, for self-checkout, when we do like physical overrides, anything over $10, we have to make sure that they have the coupons, and we scan our override card and put it in.
Okay. And how many coupons is a person allowed to use?
I mean, I was told they can use as long as they have the physical item and the amount that you can put in.
Okay. So as long as they have the item, they can use how many coupons per item?
Yes, it's one coupon per item.
Okay. And so what? So he would just tell you how many to put in?
You tell me like how much to put in, like $90, $50.
Okay. And did you verify that all the product was there and he had each coupon for each product?
I would look just for the product and the coupon. I didn't see how many coupons he was giving me.
You didn't verify?
No.
Okay. Did you know like that what you were doing was wrong?
I did. I just didn't know how to approach it the right way.
Okay. So how did he know when you were working to come in?
Sometimes he would walk in the front door, and sometimes I'd be at the front door, so then he would wait until I was back at by where I was. If not, then he would be waiting by the bathroom.
Okay. Did he ever ask you for your schedule to know what days of the weeks you were here?
No.
Okay. Did you ever communicate with him outside of here?
No. I don't even know who he is, to be honest with you.
Okay. You never got curious and looked him up in your membership?
No.
You never looked at his membership card to see who he was? Okay. How many times do you think you've done this? Like how often does this occur?
100.
I mean, when I'm working, it's like at least 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times
A day.
a day?
When I'm working.
So he'll come in 3 times a day?
Yes, he'll come at like different separate times.
Okay.
3 times a day?
When you're doing this?
He just says, hello, I'm ready for my coupons. And then,
Okay. And he never once offered you anything in exchange?
I don't believe her.
Did he ever give you any type of a gift in exchange? Just saying, hey, thanks for always helping me out? Did he...
I kind of want to, but I don't.
I mean... I'm trying to understand, like, how much...
I'm confused.
Like, no, that you would be willing to do this each and every time.
I guess I just never really questioned him about it, so he always just came up to me.
And what kind of products is he buying?
Medicine, like medical, like allergy medicine, anything like that.
And is it always the same type of products?
Yes.
And does he say what he's doing with these products?
I think he resells them.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
She over there selling drugs to Heisenberg. Heisenberg is back, baby. He's making out blue meth. Making out blue meth. Making out blue. Dog, she gotta be selling to the dude that's making meth, bro. Because there's no way in hell she just said that he just comes in and buys and is buying like medication type shit, and it's always the same type shit. I'm over here thinking this motherfucker is buying like electronics or something, like, you know, some things that have like instant resale value, some jewelry, something. Nope. Turns out this mofo is in here buying medication that he can turn into methamphetamines.
What makes you think that?
I mean, sometimes when I'm on a register, he does tax exempt, and sometimes tax exempt they resell the product that they buy here.
Okay.
If not, it's for his own personal use, for like his store or something like that.
Okay. And tax exempt, what does he do to do tax exempt?
It's just that he doesn't have to pay tax on stuff that he buys.
But does he show you something to do that? Does
No,
he
it's
present?
already on his card.
Okay, for his membership card?
Yeah, his membership card.
Okay. And what do you have to do to get tax exempt?
I override it. I have to override the tax exempt.
And do you override it?
Yes, sometimes, but not all the time.
Okay, but he shows you on his card that he's taxed.
Well, when you scan it, it will show you a prompt that says tax exempt.
Okay, and then what causes that to pop up is what I'm trying to understand is how, is it entered in the system that he...
Yes, in his system underneath his membership, there's like a certain certificate that they have to bring in, that they have to put in for him to have tax exempt.
Okay. Did he ever tell you he was reselling this stuff?
Not that I know of, no.
You never recall him telling you what he did with the product?
No.
And what did you think when he was coming in 2-3 times a day?
That's what I thought, like he was reselling, so I was like, okay. Because I've seen people here multiple times, out of the day, all the time.
And do you know, like, he never asked you what days you work?
No.
Okay.
But I have literally like a consistent schedule, so I'm here.
You work the same days each week? Okay, and what days are those?
Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
I mean Sunday. Sunday, Tuesday. I'm off Saturday for school.
Okay. So walk me through exactly what took place today.
Today?
Yeah, this morning.
I mean, he came in, I know he went to membership to return something. And then maybe 20 minutes later he came back to my line and I just did what I do.
Okay. But step by step, like I don't understand any of it.
He I scanned his
I don't know. I
card,
kind of believe her now.
his items, and then
Like, the more she talks, the more I believe her.
The prices of his coupons that he has, and then I input.
Okay. So you don't verify that the amount he's telling you matches what the product is?
No.
Okay. And so how much was his total today?
Like $40.
Okay. But how much was it before the override coupons?
400.
1,000 something.
Okay. Does that seem a little bit...
It does, yes.
Okay. I mean, did you realize it was wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't even pause the video. She said that the original tab was like 1,000 something, and he got it all for the 40 piece. Yeah, I'm going back to not believing her. I'm going back to not believing her. I don't care how sweet she talks, and you know, because she seems like a really nice person. I know I made fun of her, but that's just, I make fun of anything and everybody, but she seems like a really nice person. She seems like a real sweetheart. She doesn't seem like she has a fraudulent bone in her body, okay? She doesn't seem like she has a fraudulent bone in her body. No, I'm not going to make another joke, even though it's like right there and it's low-hanging fruit. But no, she just, I mean, I just can't get past the fact that you know that that's like something is off about that. Nobody is going to get $1,000 worth of anything for $40.
And does he know it's wrong? Has he ever said anything to you about it?
No.
He's never made any acknowledgement about it? Okay.
Of course not. If you're getting $1,000 worth of something for $40, you saying something?
He does, is it usually around $1,000 or does it vary or how?
Yeah, it's around 1,000.
Okay. So if he comes in 3 times a day, each time it's around $1,000? Okay. Do you know where he's getting the coupons?
I mean, the coupons that he has are mostly BJ's coupons from like the coupon books that I have.
Hand over fist.
For BJ's coupons?
$40.
Like it's from the corporation.
That's insane profits.
Okay. All right. And can you use that many coupons?
When you scan them, no. If you scan them, it will limit you to like how many items you have. Like
Okay.
if he has 3 items and he tries to scan 4 coupons, then that 4th coupon will.
Okay. What happens?
That's why I said I don't believe her.
Try to scan the 4th. What do you have to do to make, if you wanted to input that?
I have to just put it in manually.
And how do you do that?
If he's on self-checkout, then I just go all the way to the end and I scan it I scan my override card, and then I put in the price, and then it'll come off as a coupon.
Okay, and so like today, when you did an override, correct? And the amount you put in, he told you the amount to put in? Okay. All right.
But I know you said when you told him that you were just scared, you didn't know what to do. He never threatened you or anything. I
just felt uncomfortable.
You felt uncomfortable? Yeah. But when he came to your register, you pretty much know what you were going to do.
Yeah, because it's just like a routine.
It's routine. Okay. Today, when he was at your register and he's passing you the coupons, were you just putting the numbers in this time? He wasn't telling you today, though, right? Like you just knew how much to take off of the.
No, he tells me like how many. Like he'll tell me like $90 or $60.
So what is he doing today on the video? He's passing you.
Yeah, like the stacks of the coupons.
And then what is he saying? 90.
Yes.
Tell me. Tell me how he does.
Yeah, that's what he does. He just stacks them and he goes 90, 60, 24 or whatever.
And what were the coupons for? Like $1 off.
Yeah, $1. Sometimes they're $7, $8.
Okay. But he was telling you today what to put in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And does he tell you every time what to put in?
Yes.
Do you collect the coupons?
Yeah, I mean, at self-checkout, they throw them in the box.
Okay.
And then if it's at a register, I put them in the pouch.
Okay.
Have you ever told anybody about this? Like a friend, family, any coworker about it? No? And what does the policy say for something like this here? Like, is there a policy about the coupons and the manufacturing, what you can and cannot do?
I mean, all as I know is it's just one coupon per item.
And so
I don't know, bro. This is like a weird case. It's like, I don't know. Like, it gotta be some reason why she just like going along with it other than she just felt uncomfortable, bro. Like either he said something to her sexually or he said something to her like along the lines of, I need you to do this for me. And, you know, like whatever his reasoning is, that was his reasoning. Because, I mean, just ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way that you just letting him tell you how much to take off. I don't know. But she throw him under the bus though.
the reason to continue doing it, or that you kept doing it since November, what was that? I'm trying to understand.
I didn't really have a reason. It's just I didn't know how to approach my managers about it.
Okay. Like, I mean,
That's why I said I don't believe her.
To the register, could you not?
I mean, sometimes when he would come in, I would try to make myself busy so I wouldn't have to help him.
Okay. And what did you think was going to happen if you went to your manager?
I would get fired, and I kind of need this job for school.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
Honestly, truthfully, since we already know you've been doing it with this guy, have you done it with anybody else? Family, friends, co-workers? No? Do you know if anybody else has been doing this yet?
Not that I know.
Because I'm trying to understand how you came up with doing this so many at a time. I don't know if you saw someone else doing it, or you just did it.
I just did it.
Okay.
Did he indicate to you to do this? Did he tell you how to do this? Did he have an idea that you could do this?
No, it's like when you work self-checkout, you know what to do for certain things. For like coupons, like you know you have to override it, so you have to have your card to do it.
Okay. So the very first time you met him, he approached you and asked you to help him with his coupons. Mm-hmm. Did he go into detail about that, what that meant? Mm-hmm. So you just automatically started giving him the discounts? Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright.
Did you ever think that this would come back?
Yeah, I knew it was going to come back eventually, but
You still couldn't say no?
Well, what made you say yes the first time? What made you do it the first time?
The first time I thought he was just a regular customer, that he just needed help with coupons, that's all.
But why give him the extra the first time? If you did the override on the first transaction, the first time you did it, where you gave him, did he tell you the amounts the first time?
Yes, he always tells me.
Okay, so how did he know you would do that?
Honestly,
And what made you do it? I mean, if you didn't, that's the very first time, there's no, I mean, you could have easily said no. What made you do that? What made you feel the need to do that?
maybe just to get him out. It was probably like a busy day, and I just wanted everyone to be out.
That ain't making sense, bro.
Alright. I think that's all that I have. Raise your right hand. Swear or affirm that everything is true?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Your ones. That's it. Sir?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just will need a second set. Justice, stand up for me.
Do you have a set?
I put him on.
I'm gonna pat you down. Do you have anything that's gonna poke your
Yeah, I know. Look, we family, okay? Something's bothering my nose.
Nothing on you that you shouldn't have.
No, it's just my phone and my AirPods. I have my keys downstairs. Just in my pocket.
They really arrested her? Like, they've got to just be escorting her out the store because there's no way in, like, she hasn't been charged with anything. And to be honest with you, again, she hasn't really committed like a actual crime.
Where are they?
They're on register 7.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll get like your house keys and stuff.
Yeah, my car keys. Yeah.
Can you just turn around for me?
She really did it for free. That's the stupid part.
Get all your property.
And that's the end of our bargain bandits run. Charged with fraud and grand theft, she walked away with 3 years of probation and a $63,000 bill. Looks like her coupon clipping days are officially over. And this time, no amount of discounts will help her out. What do you think? Was that a fair sentence? Or did she get off easy? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.
She definitely didn't have a lawyer, because there's no way that she got stuck with the $60,000 bill. Like, no. Like, that restitution, you know, should fall on the lines of the dude that was there too. Not just her. I want to know what happened to the dude, because if he's the one that's showing up, actually is the one walking out with the merchandise, like, it can't just be her. And it's not like they don't have his information. So I'm like thoroughly confused as to how they could pin it all on her. She definitely didn't have a lawyer, and she just took the deal that didn't give her any jail time, which was the 2 years probation and her, basically having to pay restitution. But she made herself unhireable. So the stupid shit is that she did it for basically for free, for absolutely nothing. Didn't even get her box 8. Bro, got my chain coming apart, man. Look, man, you know what? Look, she really did it for nothing. Again, she didn't get her box 8. She didn't get a free meal out of it. She didn't get nothing, and had to take on making herself unhireable. Man, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.